Señor Cooler.
Brogan and I are here for no real reason other than to talk about how we just saw and finished the Sonic the Hedgehog movie 5 minutes ago in theaters.
Wow. Okay. First of all, that was perfect.
Oh, you know what's even more perfect? You probably can't see it, but the popcorn container and the drink are both thematic.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Oh yeah. So we went to Exarban Theater. I mean, I'm sure there are other theaters that do that too. Man, this lighting looks terrible, but I'm sure I'll fix it somehow. So, okay. So that was that not like one of the the best way to handle any of that?
No.
Really? Okay. What would you have changed about that? And we're immediately gonna go spoilers.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, if you haven't changed from the spoilers, it sucks for you.
Okay.
To answer your question, first of all, the first thing they would have needed to do that I was hoping for the entire time, catchphrases. I think they do say "gotta go fast" one time when they wake up Sonic or whatever. But I wanted, come on, step it up, you're too slow, even though those technically aren't from a Sega game.
You were after the catchphrases.
I was 100%. Okay. Gotta go fast!
So, and I've already heard that the box office returns have surpassed Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
Wow.
So this is officially the highest grossing video game based movie now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a great thing. And also it's probably one of the best ways to adapt the material to a live action setting. I mean, they adapted the game to a live action movie, and then at the end during the credits they adapted the live action movie to a game.
Oh, you mean the sequel?
No. So they redid all of the.
Oh
the
yes,
movie.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the digitally looking part.
So yeah. So at the end they redid the entire movie in Sonic, in classic Genesis Sonic style. Yeah, and those graphics, and so that's kind of this full circle of adaptation from game to movie and back to game.
It was pretty.
So it's
cool.
not just the best game-based movie; it's the best movie-based game.
I'll take some time to process that.
There's a lot of competition on that last part, but
hey, you know what doesn't have competition? This movie compared to Birds of Prey.
Well, they don't call it Birds of Prey anymore, so
Nobody cares.
no. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, they changed the title or whatever.
Yeah, they changed the title to Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey or whatever.
Yeah,
and
it still sucks.
Yeah, and nobody's still seen it. So, or maybe that did boost them somehow. So let's talk about Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey's the entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt about it. And yes, I have been waiting to say that.
Very good.
He is phenomenal. If you thought Ace Ventura was a good role, this is 10 times better than that. He is the movie.
He has such this is it's like watching him just play. It's a masterpiece of his acting.
It is.
It's like the centerpiece of all his talents. And he honestly, everyone in the movie did pretty good. The humor was pretty spot on.
It was.
From all the characters. There wasn't a character that I was really bored by. Even Dr. Robotnik's sidekick.
He was goofy.
What was his name? Detective Stone or something?
Nobody cares, but yes.
Detective. I know it was Detective Stone.
It was Stone, yeah.
Because of the stone. So I mean, his sidekick is just every time Eggman is about to do something insane, his sidekick knows it's coming, and he's just okay.
Here we go again.
Honestly, if I were, I feel like Eggman and the sidekick are both sides of me reacting to both sides of me. Oh, you're about to do something crazy? All right, here we go.
Oh, do want to say one thing for sure regarding both Eggman and Sonic. That 16-minute fan film that showed Sonic for 10 seconds, this movie actually shows Sonic a lot.
Yes, a lot. And, like, as I was watching it the entire time, I'm thinking, when this comes out, people are going to go back and they're going to edit in the Nightmare Sonic from the original trailer.
Oh, yeah, the hideous one. Yeah.
Because if that Sonic was in this movie would be awful. It would be completely creepy. Like, remember at the beginning when he's when the couple's watching a movie in bed, and then Sonic's staring out the window, and he's just looking at them. Imagine if that was the Nightmare Sonic. Or
Rogan, you'd be amazed at what you can change with $5 million.
Can we talk about the appearance of Quicksilver from X-Men?
What?
Okay, have you seen X-Men Days of Future Past?
I know he dies.
No, that's the Avengers Quicksilver, not the X-Men Quicksilver. So I know they're having some trouble. So
Quicksilver was too slow.
So in X-Men Days of Future Past, there's the scene where Quicksilver is using his super speed to play ping pong with himself.
He was playing with himself?
And he was playing ping pong exactly the same as Sonic was.
Yep.
And then the bar scene is exactly what Quicksilver did, except funny. I mean, except in a funny setting, honestly, yeah, that was better, but it's obvious that they ripped off Quicksilver's two most famous scenes from Days of Future Past.
Did you say this was X-Men Quicksilver or MCU Quicksilver?
X-Men Quicksilver.
Oh, the one who actually can go fast and not die.
Yes.
I forgot those movies were around.
They're not. Dark Phoenix killed them off.
Yes, it did. This came out, I think, 8 months after that?
Yeah.
I'm just roughly guessing.
That sounds about right. There's no future there.
Oh, no, it came out in December, so it would have been like 3 months ago. But anyway, this movie was great.
It was, and it was funny the whole way through. There were so many, it hits you so fast. I think it's only a 90-minute movie.
Yeah.
All of it was just fast, and I like the way how they made as strange as it sounds, Eggman's a scientist. How does he beat a super fast hedgehog like that in this kind of setting? And their solution was that his machine is powered by one of Sonic's quills. So they are both they're both on the same kind of par in terms of speed.
Yeah, he's just fighting himself.
Yeah.
How does a guy with a genius IQ lose to a hedgehog? Oh, and all the scenes, pretty much any scene with Eggman is guaranteed to be pure enjoyment.
Yes! Memes, GIFs, they're coming out the wazoo. It was I think Jim Carrey should get an Oscar.
Oh, more than that.
He worked he carried a movie that did not need carrying.
He Jim carried the movie.
Every scene he is absolute full control, and it's it's insane how good he is in this role. I want a sequel so bad now that he's trapped on the mushroom planet and he's going crazy.
A whole movie, just have Robotnik have a spin-off, just him. Forget Sonic.
He's even got the Agent Stonehead, well said!
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Castaway.
Oh, man.
Oh. And it's not just him, his actions. Sometimes it's just whatever he says. And sometimes it is just whatever he does. He doesn't need words. Everything Jim Carrey is Jim Carrey.
I wish do we have any specific quotes that stuck in our head? He hits so fast. If for example, a movie had just one or two lines that were crazy, or hilarious, you'd remember. But he has so many, and they come so fast, and they're all great. I think like from the moment we said, "Here's what come out of my egg sack."
Oh yeah.
like I'm like, okay, he's got this. Don't worry, he's got this.
Yeah, he had a whole bunch of little babies. And those little babies are a big part of the movie. But they also are a part of the movie that does not matter.
Well, he does call them badniks. Like, he labels that in his fuse box.
So weirdly enough, Jim Carrey is just as fast as Sonic, if not faster at times, just for his mouth alone.
Right.
Like, they're both great at one-liners. That's really most of what this whole movie is.
And again, like, the cop whose name I forget already. Do you remember him?
Tim or Tom.
No, I thought...
Donut Lord.
Donut Lord. See, we don't forget that. Donut Lord and Pretzel Lady, or... Donut Lord and Pretzel Lady did great, too! And so did Pretzel Lady's sister.
Pretzel Lady's sister was great.
Fitbit Lady.
Yes. Not so Fitbit Lady.
Not so Fitbit Lady. And and even her kid, like, she gave Sonic the shoes. Like, when I saw Sonic's shoes were like messed up, I'm like, oh, they're gonna have a moment where he gets the Sonic shoes.
Okay, that is one criticism I have for the movie. That little girl needed more time, and I feel like they kind of rushed over that because it's a speed movie.
Right.
And like, yeah, nobody's ever given me a gift before, and then they just like it didn't matter anymore.
Right. Gosh, that was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
And we were like, even though the story was pretty predictable, the jokes were not.
Like, oh yeah, the jokes were great.
Yeah, I could honestly not see most of it coming.
You're too slow.
I mean, I very much like the second the ring opened up, I'm like, Tails. So yeah, Tails is in this movie.
This really needs a sequel. Really needs a sequel.
And the sequel needs Shadow the Hedgehog.
No! Ow, the edge. Chaos control.
Oh, by the way, can we talk about how Sonic was somewhat sort of raised by a Guardians of Ga'Hoole owl?
Oh yeah, so they show that at the beginning, and then it never matters again.
well, yeah, like, so he's like, when he's like a little kid Sonic, which by the way is absolutely their response to Baby Yoda.
Oh, not even a doubt.
Yeah, even though it was probably in development for longer than. Can you imagine Nightmare Baby Sonic?
I'm sure somebody has it somewhere on DeviantArt.
Like one day, from like the depths of Sega, they're going to like release the like, here's the lost footage that we tried to bury. Like it's gonna be like a whistleblower leak or something.
You have a phone. You should just Google Nightmare Baby Sonic and see if it's somewhere on the internet.
Nightmare Baby Sonic. Okay, put it on the screen. Nightmare Baby Sonic.
Do not. Okay, do it. Yeah, so at the beginning there's like
and if you can't find that, then put up the picture of Sonic and Gollum fused together.
What? Never mind, I don't want to know.
Anyway, it's on the screen now. So.
Yeah, there's the part at the beginning, and the cool part is, and I don't know if a lot of people noticed this, the little soldier creatures that were chasing after Sonic and his guardian, they were Knuckles-looking things.
Yes, yeah, they were echidnas. They were like tribal echidnas with like spears and stuff.
And they did not chuckle once.
They matched up. What's that?
I said they did not chuckle once.
Right. Oh, speaking of Knuckles, so when Sonic dropped his rings, he literally said, "Oh no."
Did he really? I did not hear that.
He did. He said a Knuckles style, "Oh no."
Oh, that is amazing.
That was great.
I regret not getting that. Oh no.
So they did have the catchphrases. They just weren't Sonic's.
See, I hope they fix that in the sequel.
They got the wires crossed. They used Knuckles as catchphrases instead. But like, I like the way that they kind of made Sonic both a fish out of water and also kind of familiar with pop culture.
Oh,
And, like,
yes.
So like I like the way that they handled that too, because like you can do one either way. Either Sonic has no idea what anything is, or Sonic has always been here and is always familiar with everything. They kind of did it. They kind of did right about halfway in between, and that really made it kind of the best of both kind of situations.
So basically, what Sonic 06 was supposed to be, or Sonic Generations.
I don't know anything about Sonic 06 other than its infinite glitches and its questionable storyline. And you know what? I haven't played it. I just know about it.
You basically just described this movie, except this movie did it right.
Right.
Very right.
He reads Flash comics.
Yes, and so there's a lot of references to Sonic liking fast in this movie. He reads Flash. When they were watching the movie Speed.
Oh yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
And he said something like Keanu Reeves is a treasure or something.
Yeah,
like that.
and that's an internet phrase.
You're beautiful.
Product placement.
Yeah. He didn't go supersonic, but he went like ultrasonic or something.
Yes, and so that's an important thing that people need to know right now. They do not feature the Chaos Emeralds in this movie.
No, they didn't. Not at all. And that's strange because they're always the plot point for everything Sonic related, it seems.
Especially with Knuckles, because he's supposed to be the guardian of those things.
Right. Well, no, because this is the Guardian of the Master Emerald, not the Chaos Emeralds.
Nerd!
Or maybe... No, are you... again, I'm thinking Adventure era. He maybe...
That doesn't count.
How does it not count?
Because those are bad.
By the way, I wanted just one scene where they're like, Sonic, you saved the day! Look, here's all sorts of fans all over the world. And then, like, they show him, he's like, here's all your fan art. And he goes, oh, wow. And then he's like swiping or he's scrolling. He's like, oh, wow.
Oh yeah, he would be speechless from that.
Yeah, and like he would just have this like mile-long stare for the rest of the movie.
I think they mean the rest of his life.
I'm surprised they didn't put in more Sonic characters.
I think that's a good thing just because this is like a starting point.
It is. It's a good thing. I'm surprised that they did a good thing.
Yes. Which is rare from Sega.
I would say overall this movie I'm surprised they did it good.
Yes. Yeah, that is a great... See, this is sort of like with MCU, with Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man the very first time. Mm-hmm. We didn't know what we were getting into, 20 movies later so far?
Right.
Put the correction on the screen.
And I'm like... Of course, that makes sense. It's the perfect plan. You never expect quality from Sonic.
Related to that, so with that, you can't expect quality from Sonic, but you could expect it from the fans because that's what Sega. What was that game? Sonic Mania. And that's what the ending of the movie reminded me of.
Yeah. Because
it shows like him doing all the little bonus games from Sonic 2 and 3, and that part was really cool. That was just them grabbing you and just stroking your hair, because they knew you wanted it.
I don't know. There was something about the way you said that. How would you like? What would you? I mean, obviously, in a sequel, Eggman would come back.
That doesn't have to be Eggman. It could be whoever the bad guy was in Sonic
Adventure 2. What do you mean
2.
it doesn't have to be Eggman? We have to have more Jim Carrey.
Oh, yes. You have a valid point there.
We have to have more Jim Carrey. Now that he's even crazier, that's not possible. There's like, we have reached peak crazy.
He is right
but it's
awesome.
Jim Carrey. He can totally do it. Save the video to a new file as it exceeds the maximum size. Okay. I split it into two parts.
Okay. So you were saying Jim Carrey's at peak crazy right now.
He's at peak crazy. Like, I cannot compliment enough how good a job he did in this movie.
He was fantastic.
Absolutely.
Like, that was worth watching simply for Jim Carrey alone.
Yes, and we would have gotten that even if they had kept Nightmare Sonic. Honestly, if they kept Nightmare Sonic, it would have been a bad film that was fun to watch because of Jim Carrey. Now it's a fantastic film, and it was fun to watch, and even better, we had Jim Carrey.
What does that make Aquaman?
Who cares?
Okay.
Willem Dafoe's in it. That's good. He's good. Willem Dafoe's good. He doesn't have a lot of scenes. And
so there's nobody like who carries that movie.
Yeah, certainly not Johnny Depp's ex-wife. Did you hear about that?
That's a topic for a whole nother time.
Okay.
But what I was trying to say is Aquaman is a movie that's fun to watch, but it's not necessarily good.
Yeah, it bored me to tears and sleep. I cried myself asleep from boredom.
Really? Now you can cry tears of joy from watching Sonic.
I didn't actually cry at Aquaman. I think maybe just water from the screen splashed on my face.
Oh, I want to roll my eyes. Unlike this movie. What else is there to say?
Its Rotten Tomatoes score is 70%, which is way too low.
I am not going to disagree, but I'm also going to agree. Because, so the way I see it is the first time you watch the movie, it looks like incredible and it gives you everything you want, but every time after that might not have the same impact. That's what my worry is.
I still think the story's solid enough and the jokes are good enough. They have enough jokes to they have enough jokes to they have jokes for days.
They do have jokes.
Whereas other movies will like have occasional jokes, like Avengers movies. Like they'll always have they'll have some high quality jokes properly placed. This is a comedy. This whole movie this is the best comedy of the year.
Did it come out in No, this is 2020.
This is 2020.
Okay.
This is the best. This is
the best comedy so far. Yeah.
There's not gonna be another. This is the best comedy of the year, unless Black Widow's hilarious.
Oh yeah, that's forgettable. But it might be awesome. I don't know. I don't care.
That comes out in March, mid-March, I believe. Oh well.
What was I about to? I forgot.
Comedy.
Oh yeah, the movie's full of one-liners. It's great, and pop culture references. But
not too much.
Not too much. It's balanced. If anything, it's on the low side, and that's fine because it's like a time capsule or something.
I've heard some people complain that like the road trip aspect isn't quite. They don't have a good reason for Sonic to just kind of, hang out with a guy and like just be in someone's car the entire time, and I kind of disagree because like they make a fair point that he's while he's super fast he also has no idea where he's going.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, he could just go super fast and go everywhere.
I think Bravely Default has the same plot as that. The girl has no idea where she's going, but she's got to go save the world or something.
I don't think so. Whatever. And I played the Bravely Default, but not all the way through. But
it's okay. One thing I do want to say about this movie is it reminds me a lot of the movie Ted, with the guy, the short.
Yeah.
Yeah. And somebody trying to kidnap the cute little character. It's just not Seth MacFarlane. I thought it was funny. It's just Family Guy with a teddy bear. That's really all it is. This is Family Guy with a sassy hedgehog that wasn't dubbed by 4Kids this time.
No. And better yet, the soundtrack wasn't scored by 4Kids either.
I will give it credit for Gotta Go Fast.
No. That's the theme song. I'm talking about the score throughout the episode. Okay. Spoiler alert, I've been watching some Sonic X recently. But every episode, like the theme music is exactly the same the entire time, and it is so obnoxious.
Gotta Go Fast?
No, not that theme. I mean, watch Sonic X sometime.
I have, it sucks.
Watch any singular episode, and you'll hear the entire soundtrack for the entire show.
Okay, so outside of Gotta Go Fast, they kind of don't do good music. Or good dubbing.
Right.
Or good censorship.
They didn't do anything good.
Gotta Go Fast.
I wouldn't even say they did the animation good.
Well, that's not their problem. But yeah, this is better than a 4Kids movie. This by a long shot.
Well, any movie where we complimented this.
And it's great. And, like, this stupid grin on my face has been here since the Sonic movie.
I know, it has been great. And there were so many horrible, boring, unfunny animated movies that we saw trailers for before this.
Oh, yeah.
I think every upcoming movie that has animation, all of them had trailers out. We had
Minions.
We had Minions: The Rise of the Groove Surfer, and then we had or whatever it's called. I
see what you did there.
What was that? Untravel or something? That one with the trolls who had the staff.
Oh,
that thing that no one will remember.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't care.
Yeah, that thing that no one will remember a year from now. Then we had, what was the other one? Oh yeah, we had Peter Rabbit 2.
I didn't even know there was a Peter Rabbit 1.
Yeah, I mean, there was, but I don't think anybody watched it or cared.
Exactly. Why is there a sequel?
I didn't hear that it was bad. I just don't think anybody watched it.
Yeah, it's a lot like the Gem and the Holograms movie, which you also don't know about.
I do know about that.
Oh. So
that was such a legendary bomb. It made all the Gem fans rise up in hate, and it made all the movie critics say this sucks, and it made all the headlines because it bombed spectacularly.
Yes, it did. It did all of those things, and that's basically what Birds of Prey did before they changed the title.
See, again, I'm not hearing the hate from the Harley Quinn fans. I'm not hearing that. I'm just hearing it made no money.
Basically, and Harley Quinn is the Jim Carrey of those movies. Think about it.
No. Jim Carrey is carrying this movie. Harley Quinn is not carrying Birds of Prey.
She carried it the first time.
She didn't do that either. There was nothing that could carry Suicide Squad. Not Harley Quinn and Will Smith together could not carry Suicide Squad.
Not even Jared Leto?
Like I said, they can't carry. Like, I don't care how cool Will Smith is. Will Smith is one of my favorite actors. He could not, for the life of him, make that movie good, no matter how hard he tried, because there was the infinite void, this vortex of suckage that was Jared Leto. He made a vortex of suckage. The knives all spiraled around him, and he was just laying in the middle of it, and he's like, yes, all the quality down the drain.
It was pretty terrible with him in it.
He's gonna be Morbius now.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, so, Sony, Spider-Man and Venom. Sony, they still want to go forward with their own Marvel universe, except not Marvel.
Okay.
So they did Venom. They're funding Tom Holland to be in the Avengers and whatever, for Spider-Man. And now, in addition to Venom, they're doing another movie based off a Spider-Man villain, Morbius the Living Vampire. He's a vampire, except he was made as a vampire by science. And so he is now played by Jared Leto.
That sounds stupid.
It certainly does not look impressive.
You're not saying I'm not wrong.
However, Michael Keaton is in the movie.
Oh, Michael Keaton can carry a movie.
As kind of a like a laughing kind of Joker-ish psycho kind of villain, except like nothing like the Joker. Like he's just like a crazy bad guy. So now in Morbius we will have Jared Leto, who was Joker, has become a vampire Batman, and now we have Michael Keaton, who was a Batman, is now some kind of Joker-ish kind of person.
This movie sounds like a complete mess.
Yeah.
Unlike Sonic.
I mean, it's made by Sony, so it's a superhero movie made by Sony. So unless it's Into the Spider-Verse, it's probably going to be bad.
That is not wrong.
Into the Spider-Verse was great.
It was awesome.
It's probably one of the best Spider-Man film. It is the best Spider-Man film of all time.
Rise of Mysterio might be better.
Rise of Mysterio. Rise of the Mysterio Surfer.
Okay, where were we? Oh, yes. So regarding Sony and Sega and stuff, how do you think Sonic would do with sequels and having his own... Because there's theories that it'll be a cinematic universe, sort of like what Sony and Marvel are doing.
Well, they're not. They can't do any standalone films like the Shadow the Hedgehog standalone film based on a standalone game.
Dude, people would go crazy for that.
Yes,
including you.
Yes, and I would go. This is such crap. I love it.
Just like the game.
Exactly. But so in terms of, I mean, there's like, all they have to do to make a sequel is just introduce new characters. This one has Tails, but Knuckles is in it too. Oh, this one now has Shadow. Oh, Amy's in this one. Okay, now we got Styx. Okay, we should stop now. So, Styx, it's a character from Sonic Boom, the TV show.
Oh, the girl with the
the raccoon girl
or whatever.
Yeah.
So the only
okay, here's Big the cat. Okay, we should stop now.
Yeah, that is a good sign. The only thing I think about that is, I think they should do it, if they're going to do that, the way Sega originally did it, with each game introducing a new character. Sonic 2 had Tails, Sonic 3 had Knuckles, Sonic CD had Amy Rose.
Sonic Dreams Collection had us.
We're not going to talk about that. Sonic
and
Adventure...
us being born from Rouge.
Sonic Adventure 1 had Shadow, Sonic Adventure 2 had Rogue the Bat. No, Adventure 1 had Big the Cat.
Adventure 1 had Big. As well as E102 Gamma.
That doesn't count.
He does. When I was... Remember when we were walking in the theater, and I had the tickets, and I said we're in E11 and E12?
Yeah.
And I at first gave you E12, but I'm like, wait, I'm taking E12. Because of E102 Gamma.
Oh, that's sneaky.
Yeah. My favorite character from Sonic Adventure 1.
I don't know if you're joking.
I'm not. It's legitimately brilliantly written
you just said brilliantly written.
Yes, because it's the only thing that's brilliantly written in Sonic Adventure 1. So that makes it obvious. But it's like a really well written way to have an Eggman robot as a villain, as a character, as a protagonist you play as, because he goes through a whole journey because he's a bird trapped in a robot's body that has forgotten that he's a bird, and once he breaks free of his programming, he decides to hunt down and kill all the other of his robot brethren so that he can free the birds. So it's kind of like he's killing them, but he's also setting them free.
That's the same thing that Carnage does from Spider-Man.
That's nothing like Carnage.
And do you think E102 Gamma or whatever should be in a Sonic sequel made by Dr. Robotnik?
They won't. They don't remember.
That's not the question.
Yes, he should.
And, okay, that's an important thing to bring up about the movie. They do not have Sonic... The robots are not powered by animals, thank goodness. Mm-hmm. So, they're just robots that don't really matter. Yet. That was Charles!
What?
I don't know.
Who's Charles?
It's just one of the birds that he just frees and it's like the machine explodes. You killed Charles!
You must be thinking of a Let's Play or something, because the birds don't have names other than...
That's the joke.
Yeah, okay. I like when Sonic... You know what? I never felt something so pure and warm-hearted as Sonic giving the turtle the ride of
that was a great part.
That was a great, and you just feel so good for the turtle because he's finally getting this serious, and then Sonic puts him down, and the turtle is having a seizure.
Yeah, that turtle is traumatized.
Yeah. What just happened, bro?
You're too slow, turtle.
But overall, it's well written. It's an extremely tight, well written script. It's even though the plot, what they do and kind of what happens next, is pretty predictable. The way how they do it and the jokes that come with it are unpredictable.
And one thing to take notice of is this was not just some terrible Sonic fan fiction, despite what it may imply.
No.
This was actually a decent movie without a lot of cringe. Without any cringe.
Right. Because they edited it all out.
And there's no other Sonic characters to ruin the movie.
Right.
They didn't add 600 Sonic characters like they will in the sequels.
They will. You think we'll see Rover from Sad AM or something?
Oh, if they could add Sally Acorn or Bunny Rabbit or whoever that French coyote is.
See, I never watched it, so...
I didn't either. I just know those characters. But that was also a really good Robotnik.
Yes.
It was voiced by Winnie the Pooh.
Really?
Which might also be the voice of Big the Cat, I'm not sure. No, it was Jim Cummings.
Fingers!
Yes. No, yes?
That's
I'm
a different
not sure.
one. That's a different one. It's a different show, at least.
Yeah.
Is there anything else to say about Sonic? I'm glad this movie's doing well, because when movies do well, there get to be sequels. And if we get sequels, we get Jim Carrey. Because if we get sequels and we don't get Jim Carrey, then they will not have any sequels after that sequel.
I guess you could say Jim Carrey brought that movie in living color.
He had fun. He had fun with that role.
Oh,
man,
loved it.
he was skiing. He was running from a T-Rex. It's like watching Mozart craft a new song, or Michelangelo paint. He is totally in his element, and he isn't just good at it. He's having fun. He's being experimental.
It's a role he enjoys.
I
clearly.
know. It was a sight to behold. Every scene was a sight to behold with Jim Carrey in it. They didn't call him Eggman. They called him Robotnik.
They did call him Eggman a few times.
Did they?
And it didn't really matter because he wasn't really egg-shaped. They didn't put a suit on him or anything to make him round.
Right. And the flight suit. The flight suit and the goggles, they made sense. He's like, "What? I'm flying. I have a flight suit."
Because he's a
what
genius.
About it? Because I'm a genius.
And
I wish we could quote more things he said.
It is a quotable character.
I'm sure once this will have an amazing home video / streaming release. People will watch this over and over, and they will make so many memes and gifs of every moment that Jim Carrey is on screen.
There's probably it somewhere on YouTube already.
Yeah.
Every Jim Carrey scene in this movie.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's a wrap for Sonic. I still think it's perfect. Okay, I guess that's not a wrap. What else would you do? What do you think they did? I can't think of anything they did wrong. Or anything they could do better.
Catchphrases.
As far as catchphrases, you're right. At least once. I would say at least some nod to the fan base.
That, yeah, but I think they're holding off on that just because they're concerned.
Right.
With good reason.
Okay.
A lot of good reason.
A lot of good reasons.
But I mean, in the second, if there is a sequel, they're probably gonna go nuts.
Right.
This is all just theorizing. We could be horribly wrong.
Yes, because now that they oh good, we get a sequel. This worked out. We don't have to play it so safe. Yeah. Now let's go crazy.
I mean, Jim Carrey already went crazy.
Yeah.
And we want more of that in the sequel.
Can you imagine the director just directing Jim Carrey? All right, Jim Carrey.
Just be you.
Go. Go, baby.
We should probably start part 3 if we're going to keep going.
I don't think we are.
Okay.
I mean, do you want to keep going?
Is there more to say?
No.
Okay.
Okay, bye, everybody.